Whether you're a skeptic or a believer, join me, Rob McConnell, as together we'll investigate the world of the paranormal and the science of parapsychology here on the X-Zone Radio TV show on XZBN and the X-Zone TV channel on Simul TV. Since 1990, the X-Zone Radio TV show has been the place where people dare to believe and dare to be heard. Together, we'll investigate UFOs, aliens, ghosts, Bigfoot, psychic phenomenon, lake monsters, conspiracy theories, government cover-ups, the truth embargo, alien abductions, ESP, haunted locations from around the world, and so much more. With over 28 years of broadcasting and more than 4,500 individual guests, the X-Zone is truly a place where fact is fiction and fiction is reality, as evidenced by the credibility, integrity, and professionalism of the guests that we bring to our international audience. If you have seen a UFO, had a close encounter, seen a ghost, Bigfoot, lake monster, or a story that you would like to share or have investigated, contact me, Rob McConnell, by sending me your email to xzone@xzoneradiotv.com, or you can call toll-free 1-800-610-7035, extension 143, and on Skype, X-Zone Radio TV. For more information on the X-Zone Radio TV show with yours truly, Rob McConnell, visit www.xzoneradiotv.com or www.xzonetvchannel.com or simultv.com and xzbn.net. Until next we meet here in the X-Zone from our broadcast center and studios in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, always remember, X-Zone Nation, keep your eyes to the sky and your heart in the light.
Imagine More Success radio show with Cindy and Thomas. We're so glad that you could join us today. The Imagine More Success radio show is a show that is all about you, with successful entrepreneurs and business experts who are sharing their stories and their powerful takeaways while providing the tips, tools, and tactics to help you thrive. Every single week, our guests give away a free gift. And your hosts for the Imagine More Success radio show are the best-selling author Cindy Hendricks, a certified business consultant, and Thomas Hides, a certified world-class public speaking coach. Be sure to check out past episodes of the Imagine More Success radio show at imaginemoresuccess.net. Today's episode is going to be a really fun episode. Actually, we have a little bit different format than we typically do. Today, we actually have two guests, and it just so happens that they're a very powerful CEO couple. So we're going to have not one, but two guests today. And first, when a lot of people hear the topic that we're going to be talking about today, they're probably thinking, well, you know what? I don't know how one person can do it, much less two people can coexist and do it at the very same time. So today we're going to get a really great insight and look into how two extremely busy individuals actually make a relationship work while doing some really incredible things inside the world of art, filmmaking, as well as social media and marketing. So today's guests are going to be just a great pair.
Thomas, I'm so excited to have Cindy and Michael here with us today, because they are truly a powerhouse couple that even on their own do some incredible things I'm really excited to bring to our listeners. And Michael, my goodness, wait till you hear all the things he's got going on too. So it's going to be a fun-filled, exciting, power-packed episode.
Yeah, we're going to start today with Cindy Mich, who's an active media personality and award-winning journalist. She's actually got an amazing online magazine that is just launching, or that has been launched, called The Art is Alive magazine. And she's also launching a new creative independent network television series called Sin TV. We want to go ahead and bring her on. Cindy, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much. Thank you for having both of us. We appreciate it.
Absolutely. Tell us a little bit about your Art is Alive magazine.
Well, honestly, it just came up and creeped up on me, to tell you the truth. The original idea was for me to launch the independent television streaming network first, because I'm very heavy in the arts in terms of filmmaking and working with filmmakers, directors, and actors. And then what happened was, luckily, we went to the National Association of Broadcasters convention in New York this year. came to find out that I can put my radio show, my magazine, and my television network all on one platform and monetize it for myself and for all the other creatives. So it just seemed logical to me that I may as well, if I have the radio show and I'm already going to do the magazine, you may as well launch the network all at once. And voila, here we are doing a network and a magazine all at one time, launching on Black Friday.
Wow. What a bunch of stuff to take on all at once, girl.
Yes, yes. It's a lot. It's very, yeah, Michael is lucky. He gets to listen to me talk about this all the time lately, and that's all it is. It's very exhausting, but it's very exhilarating, and it's very exciting. And there is some freedom, wonderful freedom, about being able to say I'm the founder of something, so I get to control being able to give so many people a platform all at once.
Yes, and control is good.
Yes.
Now, what platform can handle all that? My goodness, that's a lot to put on one place.
Well, it is. Luckily, because we live in the world of technology, super technology these days, there are various different companies that we met with that basically provide streaming platforms. So literally, you can not only have 15 different places to monetize it, 35 different platforms, whether it's Facebook, whether it's Amazon, whether it's Alexa. You can spread it across the map. They have 15 different ways to monetize it. And so it's exciting and it's really innovative. I think back in 1990s, even early 2000, you couldn't do something like this. So it's neat. So I'll kind of be along the same lines of a mini Hulu or Netflix. And like I said, we're finding this, Michael and I talk about this a lot. Filmmakers, unfortunately, make beautiful projects, and whether they as hard as they try, they just can't get their work seen. So I want to give it a good go and make it easier for them and easier for their actors to be seen regularly.
Oh, I think that's a great concept, and I think that doing that's going to provide tremendous value to a lot of people, because it's going to send a lot of eyeballs on the people who typically wouldn't be seen, which is really cool.
Yes, absolutely. So I'm very excited about it, and I'm very humbled because I've had some very wonderful compliments and a whole lot of convincing and cheerleading lately that I've needed. And I almost gave up recently. So thankfully, no thanks to my partner, he was the driving force to really say, yeah, you need to do this and you need to keep with it. And I am.
Wow.
That's fabulous. Now tell us, I know you have a launch coming up next month, which is Friday?
Black Friday, November 29th. Yep.
Beautiful.
Great. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, what's going to happen is that we're going to go live all at the same time. My feeling is, because Thanksgiving is the day before, luckily for me, I have the time to be able to spend on doing it. My kids every year end up going with their dad on an annual trip. So they're going to be leaving in the morning. I'm going to jet over to New York City because my partner is there, and we're going to have a huge celebration at night. It's a digital magazine, just like it's a digital streaming network. So I'm going to pick a certain time on Black Friday to launch it, and then that's when everybody can start subscribing to everything all at once. So it's super exciting. And then we get to be with all the people that we love and care about in New York, and I'm in Wisconsin where my other home is. And so we'll have a launch party here as well shortly thereafter.
Oh, that sounds like a lot of fun.
Thank you.
Yeah. I have a question for you. You said that you felt that one of the reasons you didn't quit was because Michael, your partner, was there to give you some support. Talk to us about how important it is to have that when you're someone who's doing a venture like this, especially building something so massive.
Well, and the thing that most people don't realize is Michael is many things, but first and foremost, he is a professional working actor. So, I don't get the luxury that some girls have, meaning that when I was going through all this last week, I'll be very candid, he was working a play for 4 days. You don't have the luxury to just call him up and say, hey, doll, my best friend, I need to talk to you. I'm in trouble. No, I didn't have that luxury. It was 10 minutes, or 20 minutes when he's running to a subway or he's running to his car. So it really is all about, we have a good foundation. We trust one another. We talk to each other about everything. We make decisions together. But most importantly, we're very independent of one another. That's not to say that we're separate. What that is to say is I can function, but I need him. So, there comes a point where eventually he's like, I need to pick you up here. And he was there. But, it was a good week before, sometimes you have to make sacrifices. This is his passion. I support him 100%. And sometimes I just have to wait. And so then, when the time was right, that's when he kicked me in gear, gave me a little tough love, and is like, get your panties up and do what you got to do.
Yeah, you know what? It's a tremendous gift to have, I think, in your
Thank
life
you.
to have that. That's fantastic that you both have each other like that, and
Yes.
great, great story, and it's so true. There, and I think, I think a lot of people take that for granted, but there's a lot of couples out there that have a similar experience,
Yep. It's
more than
tough.
you'd
I
think.
mean, yeah. I mean, I think we're very different in that most individuals, when I met him, we started off as friends, of course, and then things progress over time. It's tough sometimes, because we work, we're merging more and more as time goes along. And sometimes, you have to look at your partner and say, you know what, I don't agree with this decision, or maybe you're not looking at this right, or maybe we shouldn't do this. And sometimes there's a clashing, and you have to be able to say to that person, I'm not digging this. It's not working for me. And then get up tomorrow and still say, I'm cool with you. Things are great. It's a balancing act. I've learned what my strengths are. I've learned what his strengths are. And I pick up the slack and so does he, so we pick up where both of us fall short. That's the ingredient, and tolerance. I mean, I won't lie to you. I've thrown about 100 pens at the wall sometimes because I'm like, really? I feel like he's not listening to me. And he knows when I'm like fed up, and I know when he's like spent. So it really does become learning boundaries, learning about what works and what doesn't work for both people.
Yeah, I can completely say that.
So how can people find this launching magazine that's coming up on Black Friday? How can
Good
they
question.
connect?
Well, it's being built right now because obviously it's only the end of October. So right now I have all the content put together, meaning I've got all the people I'm focusing on. I'm assigning them to writers right now. They're doing the interviews as we speak. I myself am doing 7 articles, I think, including Michael's article. I wrote an article about him that got published a month ago, and that will be in there. So I'm going to guess probably a week before we launch, that's when I'll start doing the massive push. Luckily for me, I have, 95,000 listeners on radio, 43,000 in print. So everybody that needs to know, meaning my base knows, most of my publicist friends know. So we're kind of ahead of the game. So I'd say about a week beforehand, if everybody goes on social media, I mean, it's going to be hard to miss. I mean, it'll be all over the place. And we may very well go to Times Square and film a little something and throw it out there live before about a week or so before it launches.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Well,
Thank
we'll
you.
be looking for you. It's going to be awesome.
Thank you.
Cindy, I saw that another part of your passion, and you mentioned it earlier, is actually filmmaking, and that you actually started
Yep.
a really cool event. I'd love for you to share a little bit about that.
Do you mean Art is Alive?
The art festival, the film festival, excuse me.
Yes,
Sorry.
Art is Alive Film Festival.
Yes.
Okay. So yes, Art is Alive was created. It came from, literally, I had been noticing for the course of the last 2-3 years that I was screening and judging films that it became, I should say, all about red carpets and celebrities, and really everybody was taking the art away from cinema. It was really getting away from what it should be focused on. And so I'm a woman who's more proactive. So instead of standing around and thinking about doing it, I actually did it, which was I'm going to plan a film festival. First year was a little bit smaller, I won't lie to you. And then over the course of time, the word started to get out. And what's nice about my festival is we may not have a red carpet. I don't invite all my celebrity friends, but what we do have is filmmakers that end up getting professional reviews done. They've gotten monetary awards. They've gotten trophies. They've gotten radio show exposure. And more importantly, we have had 3 filmmakers create new films off of my festival.
When we come back, we're going to hear more about the Art is Alive Film Festival from our guest today, Cindy Mich. So do stick around on the Imagine More Success radio show.
It's hard to listen to the news without realizing we're living in volatile, unprecedented times. Yet never has there been such an opportunity to transform the human condition. As old structures fail, where can we find the guidance to co-create a better way? Find Your Path Home is an ever-evolving, leading-edge information, education, and healing resource center designed to support and guide you on your path to unity and enlightenment. Based on sound principles employed by shaman worldwide, we provide techniques that can support you through the current transitions, offering online shamanic classes, international long-distance shamanic healing sessions, complimentary Mission Evolution radio episodes and Stairway to Heaven TV vignettes, seminars, retreats, and much more. All of this can be found on findyourpathhome.com.
So I was watching the X Zone TV channel last night when I was abducted by aliens, and they kept repeating to me over and over again, simultv.com, simultv.com.
What's simultv.com?
That's what I asked them. They had it written on the side of their UFO.
How do you spell that?
UFO.
No, I mean simultv.com.
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 Right. simultv.com.
Interesting that you were abducted by aliens in a simultv.com UFO last night.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Now that you mention it, I remember now last night I was awakened from a deep sleep. My great-grandmother was standing there. She said she'd come from the hereafter to tell me about simultv.com. She even spelled it out for me. simultv.com, sonny boy.
simultv.com.
simultv.com, sonny boy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Guys, you'll never guess what my psychic guru just told me.
simultv.com.
Exactly. Are you guys psychic too?
Of course.
We all know about simultv.com. simultv.com.
Path Home Shamanic Art School proudly presents the Gathering of Shaman 2019 Fall Retreat, Manifestation Samhain. Join me, certified shamanic instructor Gwilda Wiyaka, in the magnificent Colorado Mountains this November 2nd and 3rd for a life-changing event. Participate in unique teachings and ceremonies that'll put the power and magic of shamanic manifestation into your hands. Sit in circle with like-minded individuals, sharing group energy and the power it generates. Classes will be held in a facility next to the beautiful, majestic Arkansas River, further empowering the experience. Space is limited, so reserve your spot today. For more information, visit findyourpathhome.com or email touchin@findyourpathhome.com.
You are back on the Imagine More Success radio show with Cindy and Thomas. In our previous segment, we've been talking with Cindy Mich, who is an active media personality and award-winning journalist. She is actually in the process right now of creating Sin TV, Creative's independent network television. And she's also the founder of Art is Alive magazine, as well as the Art is Alive Film Festival. We were just talking to you, Cindy, about the Art is Alive Film Festival and some of the triumphs you've had for the attendance or for the people who submitted their work. Tell us a little bit more.
So I mean, one of the things that I'm most proud of the fact is that it's getting bigger and bigger. It's getting more well known. We actually, for the first time, had an international filmmaker last year come all the way from India, travel 30 hours on a plane, and brought her significant other to attend the festival, and they attended every day, ended up winning an award. I love the fact that I have recruited judges that I screen all of my films, but I won't lie to you. I have a personal connection to a number of them that submit. So I take myself out of the running. I recuse myself as a judge. So anytime anyone wins anything, I'm out of it. I'm completely out of the picture. So there's no judgment here as far as that goes. It's all winning because you're good quality work. And like I said, I love the fact that new art is created out of the art we are already showing. New filmmakers collaborating, actors meeting new actors, writers meeting new writers. And it's just a wonderful chance for me to show off wonderful work, in addition to which we are good friends with the Frank Vincent family, the actor. And so every year we show another tribute film, because we show an homage to him. And then this year, again, we're doing another film for Mila Hudson, who's another actress who passed away this last year. So we're doing a lot of exciting and amazing things every year.
You know, I love that, because you're really creating a place, you know, for people to come together who typically just would not come together. Seeing there's no centralized office or no, you know, business where they all work.
Yes.
You know, it's like creating a convention, but much more interesting, much more exciting and fun.
Yes.
I just love the sound of that.
Thank you.
When you started your film festival, did you find that that the excitement that was around it was something that it just immediately kind of jumped off, even though it was small, that it was very well received?
Absolutely. I'll be very candid with you. To tell you the truth, every year I often wonder. I mean, I think last year and the year before were the most well received. I take a lot of criticism. I won't lie. I'm always outside of the box in everything that I do. I always create new and interesting things, but I'm very against the grain. So because I do that all the time, I open myself up for a lot of criticism, a lot of critique, a lot of people who tell me what to do, tell me what I'm not doing right, and it's tough. It makes it very difficult. My significant other won an award, and I've had to take. We both have had to go under the spotlight, so to speak, in terms of that, and it makes it very difficult. But I get up in the morning and I look at some of the work that's being produced because of my festival. I see the reviews that get done, and the people that love me and support me are there, and it's growing and getting bigger. So then I say, I'm going to keep doing me, even if nobody likes it.
Tell us a little bit more about what brings, what kind of keeps you going despite criticism. What do you think separates you from a lot of people? A lot of people do have a tendency to kind of fold when they get critiqued or criticized. What's a secret to success there?
Well, I think a lot of it is, and I hate to say it, but most of us artists all kind of come from a very traumatic I had a very traumatic childhood. I've had a very traumatic life in general, and tragedy that's befallen me. Most of us artists and creatives come from that place, sadly. And you get hardened and you get strengthened all at the same time. That's number one. Number two, and I know it's bragging and I don't care. I
Go for
probably
it.
have the most beautiful children ever. They're all very dynamic and different in their own right. They're the most incredible human beings, and I wouldn't be who I am without them. And I just have to look at them and they keep me going. 16 months ago, I I found my best friend and my partner, and he has changed me 100%. And I'm a better, stronger person because of him. That's huge and fundamental for me on many levels. And most importantly, I look at everybody the same. I treat everyone like they're a celebrity. I'm humble. I'm honest. I work hard, and I'm very loyal. I am 100 all in all the time with everyone, even to my detriment sometimes.
Well, if that's not words to live by, I don't know what is. That's a
Thank you.
tremendous, yeah, that's a really tremendous explanation of that. And I think that, as someone who was a professional singer, I also just remember the tremendous amount of criticism and critiques that you get. And yeah, you know what? You have to really stay focused on what's important in your life. And for you, you found so many things that are important, including your family and your loved ones. So
Yes.
you can completely see it's a tremendous area of support
Yep.
for sure.
Yep. You betcha. But I cry all the time. Make no mistake. For as strong as I sound, I'm very underconfident. I cry often. I break down all the time. Throw pencils, the usual stuff like normal people. But I mean,
Absolutely.
what are you gonna do? Be like perfect all the time?
Oh, it's
No. Michael's more perfect than I. Thank you.
that's hilarious. It's awesome.
No
Um,
comment.
You'll have your few minutes, Michael.
yeah, we're gonna be reading you.
I've been putting my tongue throughout.
That's awesome.
I heard that.
So, tell us a little bit more about the concept of two very busy people always who are constantly doing new and exciting things and challenging things.
Yes.
When you do have a chance to connect, what does the two of you like to do?
Well, this will probably be very, very non-interesting to most of you. But to tell you the truth, some of the things that I cherish more than anything else is we play video games. We like video games.
Really?
We like black and white movies. We like having dinner together. I like cooking for him quite a bit, actually, because we both have very, very busy lifestyles. So for me to have dinner with him is a very big thing. Us being alone is very hard sometimes because we're always invited to things. We're being asked to cover things all the time. The business is getting bigger now, so life is busier. So that's important to me. I always, the rule, and I want to call it a rule, but it's almost like a guideline, which is I'm happiest when we make sure that we see one another every 2 weeks, because I think the longer the time spans, and make no mistake, we're constantly talking to one another in one form or another.
Mm-hmm.
But there's something to be said. If you knew him, what you would know is when he walks into a room, most people would say that I'm the one that lights up the room. But what he doesn't see is that together, everyone seems to notice us differently, and in both in our own respective rights. So I like to have him to myself. I like to watch black and white movies. I like it when I'm still waiting to go bowling. That's big on the list.
Ah,
I
nice.
think the key here is just being able to just be silly, because we have very intense, serious lives. I think that's extremely important. And I think there comes a point where, and it's coming very soon, we're going on vacation. Well, I call it a little vacation. We're going to AFI in LA. But just the chance for us to go to the beach or do anything like normal people would be lovely. I'm in the process, which he'll hate that I'm saying, but I'm trying to find and get him to agree, because I've found it. A Harley Davidson for Christmas. That would be his gift, because I ride. I'm a backseat rider, and so I want to get him that gift. So we'll see if he'll let me do it. But no, I think the key really is, we could be on a red carpet every night if we wanted to, but we don't choose to. Or we could be filming all the time, and I would film him. I'm about to film with him.
Cool.
But the key really is, leave us alone.
Yeah.
I kind of want to just be alone with him for a little while. I don't think that's too much to ask, right? I mean, I just want to be alone with him.
I think that's a great secret, is to just be fun and have fun with each other when you have such an intense life. But I got to tell you, Cindy, I am not sure I would be interested in riding a Harley on the freeways in and around New York City.
Well, that's his problem, not mine. I'm like, okay, well, if he can do it, I'm all good with being on the back. And, we can, the whole idea is just the idea of having, a motorcycle gives you a certain amount of freedom. Traveling gives you a certain amount of freedom. We talked about going to Italy this year, but I just don't think that's going to happen, So you come up with new and interesting ways to just have a good time. And we're both very budget conscious, believe it or not. We absolutely love going shopping for junk. Love it, love it, love it.
That's fun.
Yes.
I bet there's a lot of great places in New York City to do that for sure.
Yeah, you'd have to ask Michael. I mean, he's a longtime resident there, but honestly, I've gone to Hell's Kitchen Market and I've enjoyed it. I even just love going to the farmer's market. We've found some interesting places just bumming around. You know what I mean? I think that's the other thing too, is sometimes you don't plan something. You just go out and find stuff. We found stuff. When he came to Milwaukee, we found a great diner. Cool. We just find stuff. You know what I mean? You just find stuff.
I love it. And, that really, I think, also plays into a lot of what you do, which is, looking at your radio show, the podcast that you have also that you've been putting on through Blog Talk Radio called Sin's Chat Corner. Yep. You've interviewed all kinds of celebrities, and I see where you've gotten, you've really pulled some really interesting things out of people. So kind of that same idea of looking through and looking around. I see where it comes into play in many aspects of your life, many different places.
Absolutely, yes. In fact, just yesterday, and this actually, people don't know this. I tell this to Michael and my close friends often. I cry, when people send me wonderful things, and it's probably because I feel very undeserving. There was a PR gal that called me yesterday, and she said, this Polish filmmaker you interviewed yesterday, she was speechless. I don't think she's ever had that good of an interview in her life, and no one's ever touched her that way. I cannot believe that I have the power to move someone to such an extent where I would make them feel that way. And so it's very hard for me to embrace. I'm flattered. It's very hard for me to get my head around that. So that's
with this new magazine coming up, Cindy, you're going to have to get used to that kind of thing, I think.
Yeah.
I'll just push it all on Michael. Like, Michael, you just take it all. I'm just going to say, give him the credit. It's not about me. It's all about him.
Well, that's a tremendous thing to say, and we want to encourage everyone to check out Cindy Mich's work. Her film festival is the same thing as her magazine. It's something I would definitely recommend that you check out, and stick around. We'll be back in just a moment with more from the Art is Alive magazine founder, as well as her partner, Michael Gentile, in just a moment on the Imagine More Success radio show.
Whether you're a skeptic or a believer, join me, Rob McConnell, as together we'll investigate the world of the paranormal and the science of parapsychology here on the X-Zone Radio TV show on XZBN and the X-Zone TV channel on Simul TV. Since 1990, the X-Zone Radio TV show has been the place where people dare to believe and dare to be heard. Together, we'll investigate UFOs, aliens, ghosts, Bigfoot, psychic phenomena, lake monsters, conspiracy theories, government cover-ups, the truth embargo, alien abductions, ESP, haunted locations from around the world, and so much more. With over 28 years of broadcasting and more than 4,500 individual guests, the X Zone is truly a place where fact is fiction and fiction is reality, as evidenced by the credibility, integrity, and professionalism of the guests that we bring to our international audience. If you have seen a UFO, had a close encounter, seen a ghost, Bigfoot, lake monster, or a story that you would like to share or have investigated, contact me, Rob McConnell, by sending me your email to xzone@xzoneradiotv.com, or you can call toll-free 1-800-610-7035, extension 143, and on Skype, X Zone Radio TV. For more information on the X Zone Radio TV show with yours truly, Rob McConnell, visit www.xzoneradiotv.com or www.xzonetvchannel.com or simultv.com and xzbn.net. Until next we meet here in the X Zone from our broadcast center and studios in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, always remember, X Zone Nation, keep your eyes to the sky and your heart in the light.
You are back on the Imagine More Success radio show with Cindy and Thomas. In our previous segments, we've been talking with Cindy Mich, who is the founder of Art is Alive magazine, as well as the Art is Alive Film Festival, and the creator of the Creatives Independent Network television series called Sin TV, which will be debuting a little bit later in November, actually on Black Friday. Cindy's partner is named Michael Gentile, and he is an actor who has a tremendous background with a fascinating history where at one point he worked as a private investigator and even worked in real estate, two places where he probably had a chance to really develop some acting chops. And he's resumed his acting career with true vigor. He's won a Best Actor Award at the Art is Alive Film Festival for the last 2 years and since landed several lead film roles, and he's soon to be featured in Movie Maker magazine. Michael Gentile, welcome to the show.
Hello, I've been enjoying your chat with Cindy so much, but I'm ready now.
Cool.
Well, that's great, because now we'll get your take on the powerful CEO of the two of you working together.
Sounds good.
This has been a really fascinating show for both Cindy and I, because we both have similar experiences with our partners where we're both extraordinarily busy, and you know what it's like to come together and spend time when you're not living necessarily like the most traditional circumstances. So it's fascinating to kind of take a peek into your lives. Your lives are both very fascinating just on their own and filled with a lot of interesting things. And then the way that you have a chance to spend time together is really interesting as well.
Yes, the creative lifestyle is not for everybody, and you just. In Cindy's case, I wasn't dealing with somebody who you had to kind of break in to the reality of it. She already knows. What it's all about and what's in store and the sacrifices you have to make for it. Your coffee mug is not always in the same place in the morning where you left it.
That's a great way to put it. Absolutely, Michael. Tell us a little bit about what got you into acting and what took you away from it? What brought you back to it?
Well, the old saying, what is necessary to be a successful actor? An unhappy childhood. So,
it's so true.
not terribly unhappy, but just it's one of those quiet, introspective kids. Guess a little on the sensitive side. And though I did play a lot of sports and all that, you just kind of power through it. In the little world that you're kind of forced to live in. But then I actually originally was going to make a career out of the military. I grew up, all my uncles were all war heroes and, veterans, and I was fascinated by that. I went to the Citadel. I was fully intended on, and then just midway through the whole thing, I just said, I'm from New York. I'm one of the great creative centers of the world, and here I am in swamp country, and what am I doing? Is this really what I want? The country doesn't need me. It seems to be doing fine. Doesn't need me to protect it. I said, do I really want to be doing this for the next 20 some odd years? And it was a very difficult decision, because it really did mean a lot to me. But I just said, no, there are other things out there waiting for me. So, I transferred to my father's college, which is Fordham in New York City. And I thought he'd be very disappointed. And he said flat out, he said, that's all right. I wouldn't have gone there in the first place. That was your fault.
Yeah, his timing was a little slow, though, I think.
No, there were no warnings in advance. No.
No.
It's funny. So, Michael, I know that you've spent some time also as a private investigator. And in real estate, are those two careers that you would say definitely help to prepare you for acting as well?
Well, I say this to this very day. The investigating job was some of the finest acting I'd ever done in my life. And, I don't know if I will ever.
Pretty high.
Yes, exactly, and I don't know if I could ever top it. But it really does prove the point. If you really sell it and believe it, and just don't hedge at all, more often than not, people will believe you. Hopefully you're using that for a good purpose. But you really do just have to be committed to that role you were playing. And my boss in this endeavor was a police captain who'd seen all kinds of people. Wasn't used to dealing with a fellow like me, but he said he loved the fact that I was an actor, and he would always send me on some of the all the more finesse kind of jobs where that sort of insight was necessary to sell an identity a little bit. Not,
It sounds like you may have a book in you for that gig.
Funny enough, Cindy and I have talked about a movie idea based on this. So it's still in development. A private investigator teams up with a journalist.
Sounds familiar. I like that. That's pretty cool. How's your life changed since you met Cindy?
Well, it's been a bit of a whirlwind, I won't tell you, good, bad, and otherwise. Cindy really, I in a nutshell, I'm from my training, as Uta Hagen said, an actor prepares. But Cindy is a seat of her pants kind of gal, and she thinks very quick. She moves quick. I mean, it feels like yesterday that she told me she was going to start a TV network, and lo and behold, here we are. I can't move that quickly. I'm more of a plotter. I have to discover the role, so to speak. So to me, it's fascinating. Somebody that really can just commit to something thoughtfully, but so quickly.
And completely, yeah.
Yes.
You can tell it. You can tell it in talking with her, and also listening to some of her interviews. You can hear that as well. There's tremendous commitment to getting to what's important.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Nobody pares it down like she does.
Yeah, it's a very unique quality to have, and it's obviously served her and your relationship very well.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about your entrepreneurial endeavor of MG Frocks.
Well, again, that was just most artists are just sitting around mulling things over. Ideas pop in your head, and I had been thinking a lot based on the political climate. After the last election, I thought it'd be interesting to make a shirt, like a T-shirt. Kind of get people to calm down a little bit, have a little more of a sense of humor. Political humor used to be non-offensive political humor used to be a lot more popular in the country, and now it's you got much more of a nasty, direct tone. So I just said I wanted to create a T-shirt that was more interpretive and a little risque, a little provocative, but ultimately letting the viewer decide, kind of like a painting. And Cindy, in true form, says, "Okay, well, let's do it." And before I know it, she has an artist in line and, somebody ready to pull it all together. And I said, all right, fine, let's go ahead and do it. But, if it wasn't for somebody like Cindy, I'd probably still be mixing my drink and still considering it,
That is pretty awesome. I actually, I really like the shirts that you've done for kids. And tell us a little bit about what inspired you to make clothing specifically for children.
Well, yet again, in Cindy Land, coming from a public relations background, she said, we have a connection with Kids Fashion Week, a Washington, D.C. based fashion show. And she says, okay, we're going to go to that. I said, but we don't have a kids line. I mean, my political shirt is completely inappropriate for children. And she says, well, we'll have to get one.
Well, I like the designs, them, because they're very inspiring. I feel like they're encouraging. They show, kids performing with audiences and show kids dancing and singing and acting. I think it's really cool.
Yes. So lo and behold, here we are. We have this sort of obligation now, and you just have to put your imagination to the test. And I said, okay, what's kids in the arts? What do we have here? And I said, well, why not have it the concept of the triple threat line? Acting, singing, and dancing. You're a triple threat. So why not have kids in boy and girl, since they like to have their own territory at that age? Why not have each kid represented performing the art and being surveyed approvingly by some of the greats like Pavarotti, Gene Kelly, David Bowie, whatever the art form is, to be sort of mentored by the greats. I just thought that was a very cool concept to bring to kids.
Yeah, I think it's really cool. I mean, it's kind of a passing of the torch kind of scene in a lot of these, which I love, which I think is great.
Yes, exactly.
There was a time in opera singing where, I'd say it was maybe about 20 years ago, a lot of the people who were coming up at that time really were trying to forge their own path. And some of the people that were, say, maybe 10 or 15 years older than them said, a lot of people are charging their own path now, but truly the best part of opera is that you have the opportunity to stand on the shoulders of giants. And so to see that kind of brings back that same concept to me as well, of how you build from learning from all these greats that came before you.
And talk about a steep mountain to climb, especially in that art form. It's very daunting and intimidating, but I just find it true in whatever the art form. Some more than others, though, but everybody needs a little help. Everybody needs encouragement and a nod in the right direction, no matter how much you believe in yourself. There's so much talent and obstacles out there that, anything we can do to do something in a note of encouragement is invaluable.
Yeah, I would have to agree with that.
By the way, I'm glad you mentioned. I was wondering, since the show started, where you have that wonderful baritone voice, and you told me you were a singer.
Yeah.
Well, we'll share more about that in the next segment.
Yeah, do stick around. We'll be back with Michael Gentile from mgfrocks.com on the Imagine More Success radio show.
If you are looking for a safe, zero-calorie natural option to the harmful artificial sweeteners on the market today, Just Like Sugar is what you're looking for. Just Like Sugar is a wonderful natural alternative for those health-conscious people who choose a calorie-restricted diet with a great, pure, sweet flavor that tastes just like sugar. Just Like Sugar is a great natural option for people suffering from diabetes and may be useful in restricted diet programs where standard sugars are not allowed and does not cause a laxative effect of some other sweeteners. Just Like Sugar comprises a perfect blend of chicory root fiber, natural calcium, natural vitamin C, and Just Like Sugar's sweetness comes from the natural flavors from the peel of the orange. Just Like Sugar is a natural alternative to harmful artificial sweeteners and will change the way that you believe all natural sweetener products taste. Just Like Sugar is available at your local Whole Foods markets, Wild Oats markets, Henry's, Sun Harvest, and many other fine natural food stores in the U.S., Canada, and worldwide. They are here, and they've been here for thousands of years, making their presence known in the shadows. They might be seen by a lonely motorist on a deserted road late at night, or by a frightened and confused husband in the bedroom he is sharing with his wife. But who are they? What do they want? Why are they here? Perhaps most concerning, has the government been aware of their presence all along? The new book by Ellie Marzulli, UFO Disclosure, the 70-year cover-up exposed, delves into the world of UFOs. Can full disclosure be soon? Order now and receive a free hour and 37-minute DVD on the UFO phenomenon. UFOs are real. Get both the book and the DVD, a $40 value, for only $19.99. To order your book and DVD today, go to lamarzulli.net. That's LAMARZULLI.net.
You have heard of the X Zone? Now watch it on Simul TV, plus 500 video games, live TV channels, free video on demand, worldwide, and more. Does this sound like tomorrow's television? Well, it is, but you can have it today, right now. It is Simul TV. Simul TV offers what the others only wish they could provide. 15 exclusive channels like X-Zone, Sci-Fi, and Horror. We are worldwide. No other provider offers that. 500 built-in video games. No need to have an extra expensive system. We have them included. Free video on demand. Live streaming events from around the world. Interactive online network, and much more. Tomorrow's TV today. Simul TV. Sound too good to be true? Well, it's not. You can have Simul TV today. Sign up at simultv.com. Do it today.
Memorable dynamic presentations are a not-so-secret weapon in the business world. Do you have a powerful message that must be shared, but you haven't found a way to deliver that message? Do you want to be known as a top public speaker who gets amazing results? Are you ready to create and deliver your powerful message? Thomas Hides can help you create and deliver your speech to get the results you desire. Visit iconquality.com.
Did you expect your business to flourish, but instead it plateaued or didn't get off the ground yet? Would you like to achieve massive goals and discover new sources of income within your business? When you're ready to experience that type of success with fast results, Cindy Hendricks is the business coach for you. Her work with entrepreneurs and business owners has been life-changing. To get you and your business where you want to be, go to imaginemoresuccess.com.
Has the fear of public speaking stalled your business or personal life? What would you give to develop and maintain supreme confidence? Have an invaluable private program to always perform at your best. Imagine how you would feel. You can have all that and so much more today with Thomas Hides' life-changing course called Number One Fear Unleashed. Visit numberonefear.com and be liberated from your fear of public speaking.
Welcome back to the Imagine More Success radio show with Cindy and Thomas. In our previous segments, we've been talking with two great guests today. We've had Cindy Mich on, who is the founder and director of an amazing film festival as well as a magazine. And we've been talking with her partner, Michael Gentile. We've got some fantastic work to do with both of them in this segment. In this segment, we want to actually ask a couple of questions of both of them, let them talk a little bit about what it is that really matters to them, what's important to them. We've heard some of that previously, but we want to get a little bit deeper into that. Michael, quick question for you. Do you spend time with, do you spend a lot of time reading scripts and like looking for new films?
Yes, I've actually recently gotten more and more into producing. So, yeah, you're always looking for really good material. Luckily, I know a number of playwrights and script writers. So, yeah, you really are always considering the next gig, the next project. So, always good to be reading.
And where's the kind of crossroads between scripts and actors? How do they get in touch with each other? How do you find them?
Well, there's different. There's a lot of. That's what's great about being in a central place like New York. You've got and some other major cities. You've got a concentration of talent. You've got different playwriting groups, reading groups, acting groups. I'm in a playwriting group called Plays and Pizza, which is a cabaret style.
Like that.
It
Sounds amazing.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. It's down in the Lower East Side every month. All original plays. They're stage readings, but they're fully acted out. And you just meet some wonderful. I've collaborated with several people from there, and it's just always new characters, new material. Just keeping the fire stoked, keeping the imagination going. And you never know who you meet and who you who you really feel like you can collaborate with, versus a one and done or passing in the night.
Yeah, I always think that's kind of a fascinating part of anyone's story is really when you hear about their intersections with other people and how those intersections change the course of their life and change the course of both of their lives, and how sometimes two people that would never imagine they would work together end up creating something really incredible. And sometimes have lifelong partnerships.
Exactly. And I just finished a play fest, short play festival with one of the playwrights from Plays and Pizza down at the Players Theater.
Cool.
We are up for best play, so hopefully any minute now I'll get word in if we won or not. But
congratulations!
That's awesome. Yeah,
Yay.
that's fantastic.
Thank you. And but there's just a lot of talent out there. But yeah, it is important to always be looking because not a lot of artists, not all of them. In fact, most of them aren't all that great on marketing and promotion. So
well, that's pretty true in every business.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a struggle.
Wheat from the chaff, right?
Yeah.
So I want to ask you a question actually about some of the work that you do on Sin's Chat Corner and Sun Spotlight. Tell us a little bit about how you go about finding your guests and how you find people that are very interesting to interview.
Well, to be honest with you, in the beginning, I didn't even want to do it. I had been approached nine and a half years ago, and then somebody said you would be great on radio. And I've always said I sound like a boy, so nobody's ever going to want to listen to me. I still say
You don't
I
sound like
a boy every time
you
I go on
don't.
air.
Trust me, you don't.
She won't listen to us.
Thank you. So I have been and remain a fan of the Real Housewives. So my first person that I approached was one of the Real Housewives from Orange County. She said yes. I tweeted her. She said yes. She came on the show. I almost threw up. I was so petrified. And that kind of started it all. Then I started having relationships with publicists, and they're always pitching you for new guests. So my standing tagline is this: if you do one of the following, you are a celebrity and you belong on my show. So if you entertain, if you engage, if you inspire, or you motivate, you're a celebrity and you belong coming on. I've gotten very lucky. And oftentimes people say, I have nothing to talk about. I can't come on. And Michael will attest to this. I'll find a show, even if there is no show, even if there's nothing, even if they think there's nothing to talk about. I can conjecture that. Michael has done my show. Yeah, it's been...
Cool.
I've gotten lucky. I've gotten very, very lucky. I am only as good as the guests that come on my show, and I mean that wholeheartedly.
Wow.
Well, Cindy, you are a talent, my friend, so you need to step up and take your accolades because you are a powerhouse, girl.
Thank you. That's what they tell me. I struggle every day, and so every day he says to me, he has a line that he reminds me of every day. So every day I talk to him, I hear this, and I try to beat it into my brain. So I'm working on it. It's an everyday process. It will probably be an everyday process. It'll get easier, I hope.
Well, and maybe that's your driver, so it continues to keep you going to greater things.
Yeah. I mean, it takes time. It does. And staying humble is very important in our industry. Michael will tell you, as actors, filmmakers, we have a lot of egotistical people in our lives, people that we come across that love themselves more than, we could love them. And it's not an attractive quality. It's not. It isn't. In fact, it repels me quite a bit. So we stay very grounded.
Well, as we've talked, there's a fine line between confidence and conceit, and you can be confident without the conceit.
Yes, absolutely. And we both tend to do that quite well, I'm
Yes.
told.
Yeah.
So I got to tell you something. I happened to run into the I think it was 4 of the ladies from the first season of Housewives of the OC, the Real Housewives of the OC, in Las Vegas. They were at a bar, and I got to tell you something. If you think that you had any feelings around them or had any, any sort of craziness or happiness to see them, they had a line of 55-year-old men that could have stretched all the way to the OC, waiting to talk to them. And I just couldn't believe it. This was probably less than a year after that first season had aired. And I sat there thinking to myself, I didn't know there were this many 55-year-old men who had that much time to watch television, much less watch this show and then find these girls in a bar in Las Vegas. I was just beyond shocked. It was amazing.
You probably shouldn't have that much time to watch TV.
That's what I said. I was like, man, these guys, wow. I tell you what, so I can completely relate to that. That's really hilarious.
Yeah, and we've been very lucky. I mean, I've known a lot of these different people, and the more I get into the industry, what I find is exciting is when I get to introduce Michael to some of these people, people that I know that he could work with, that he could collaborate with. When we go to Hollywood, we'll be meeting some of the people that I am very confident can keep him employed. So it's an exciting ability to be able to introduce him to influential people. It's a payoff after working hard for a long time.
Very cool. Tell us a little bit about your trip to AFI this year and what that means and what it's like.
Ironic you should say that, because we were just talking about it. You may want to ask Michael that. Actually, ask him that, because he works hard on that.
Tell us about AFI. Tell us first what it means so listeners know what you're talking about, where it is, and how cool it is.
Oh, the American Film Institute in Los Angeles. It is one of the preeminent film festivals. I mean, the likes of Clint Eastwood, Meryl Streep will be there. It's a big deal, and Cindy was a judge, watched over 200 films recently. Cool. I don't know. I recently judged a small 48-hour film festival, and I had my hands full judging 20 films. So, because you owe it to them to give the full breakdown, the criteria, just the full array of specs of what they meet and the competition. To judge 200 films, I cannot fathom that. It's monstrous.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I will sit in a nice plush chair and enjoy a film, but it's not enjoyable at that.
That is amazing. It's really tremendous.
Very much looking forward to that, and going to some of the gala event will be a lot of fun, and we'll get that a little insight into that inside world. A little bit of hobnobbing, I guess. Not too much.
Hopefully we'll be able to hear about it on your radio show, Cindy, or maybe in your magazine.
Well, good question. AFI doesn't need me. I mean, I'm always very candid about this. When you're that big, you don't need my exposure. I mean, Eric is a friend of mine who runs the programming there. So, I mean, if he asked me to do an article, I would. I won't lie to you. I do have to go back to radio in November. I'm very nervous about it because I have so much to do with the magazine. So I'm probably going to be on air like 9 times in November.
Wow.
So my guess is you probably will hear about AFI after the fact, just because I would rather that we go there and enjoy ourselves, go to the events. I worked very hard on judging all this so that we could go together, that we could have some downtime, but more importantly, just enjoy good cinema and celebrities and just having time together. So, it'll come eventually, when I feel like doing it. I don't know. Cool. I have enough to do. Like, hello, our clothing line is going nuts. We just got another superb, we just aligned with my school here in Wauwatosa. So we're doing 2 fundraisers with them. We have 2 more charities that are lined up. We have a movie to make together that's not done. Hint, hint.
Okay.
So we've got a lot. There's a lot happening all at once.
And if you'd like to have an amazing free 2-minute commercial on Cindy's radio show, you can reach out to her at sin4251@gmail.com. That's CIN4251@gmail.com. There's 2 slots available. There is a deadline for this gift, November 3rd. Definitely make sure that you give her that you reach out to her. She's got a ton going on, but she'd love to work with someone new and find someone who would love to put themselves out there. It's been a great pleasure to have both Cindy Mich on today, as well as Michael Gentile. They've done some great work with the Art is Alive magazine, as well as a new streaming television network, Creatives and Independent Network Television, Sin TV, as well as MG Frocks, which is Michael's amazing clothing line for both kids and adults. It's been wonderful having you on today on the show. We hope you enjoy a wonderful week. If you want to hear past episodes, go to imaginemoresuccess.net. And if you'd like to learn more about how you can find and create the goals that you want for your life as well as achieve them, go to findhiddenmoney.com, where you can sign up to study courses that will help you get exactly what you want. We do want to remind you to always realize your dreams and to imagine more success.